Innovative.
Innovative comedy.
Check this out. I'm Cool Ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet, and today I'm here with the homies, and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that being said, make sure you tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and innovative.comedy, and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. Who I got in the building with me today?
What's good? It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS, and we in here. It's innovative comedy, innovative culture. Another episode. Who else we got in here? Oh yeah,
yeah. You gotta kind of like set it up.
I have to my boy Shooter. Introduce them to we know you.
Yeah,
they know you, but
I ain't did this in a while. It's been a minute. This my camera right here, Cam?
Yeah, that's
my
your camera right
back
there.
Back at it like you never left.
Right
back like you never left.
Yeah. It's your boy Respect the Shooter. You can find me on Instagram at Forward Boys Films. That's Forward like the car, Boys with an S, Films with an S. But if you really want to find me, you can find me at hashtag Your Girlfriend Knows My Real Name. But you have to address me as Respect the Shooter.
I miss hearing that shit.
Is that your whole tag? Is that what the people have to type
It's
in?
like a paragraph.
I feel you. It's
Oh
like
no,
a run-on
your
sentence.
girlfriend knows my real name. Yeah.
Your girlfriend.
Push hashtag Your Girlfriend Know My Real Name. It'll pop up.
You'll pop
Said his
up.
picture gonna be right there.
It's hard.
You think my girlfriend knows your real?
She from out here?
This nigga's like, hey, who knows?
And I'm America's favorite dyke, comedian Sadiqua Scarlett. You can find me on all social media platforms at Sadiqua Scarlett. I'm back.
Boom. That's always the way she say it, though. Like, she just put the emphasis on it. Like, nigga, you know who it is. Like,
Oh, for word, yeah.
you be going down. Like,
And I'm not trying to, bully no one into following me. I really respect and would like to earn
wrangle their ass
every
up. Put their thumbs on the phone, like follow.
every single follow. Like to earn with the most gentlest touch and vibe.
Isn't that a Marion song?
Touch.
That nigga be pop locking the shit.
When is he not?
Touch.
Yeah, he pop locking in every
Nigga was
damn
pop
fucking
locking in
video.
Fat Albert. Nigga, nigga was
Like
alongside Keenan Mitchell
That's on.
Keenan Mitchell?
The bee.
or Keenan Thompson.
Nigga put both of them niggas together.
Yeah,
He put Keenan and Kill both
Nigga
together.
did a hybrid dance and shit. Like,
Been a long day, Tony.
man, I think it's the edibles kicking in. I took some gummies.
Right at the perfect time. Right?
I just took like 3 more before.
So we're gonna go Joe Rogan with this one,
Yeah,
right?
this is
It's
like
gonna be-
we celebrating. We almost at 150, and it's cool to do it with people that's always either already been. I look at it as a platform. So even if he hasn't been like on the show for a while,
Shooter's
they're,
definitely
like,
been on the show. He was
plat-
on the show when we had Brandon Brody on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the episode he was on. We had the little chart of all the asses and shit. Remember that show? And we was trying to figure out
I think Brandon, he did his little viral thing with the Diddy and Mace.
the Diddy skits. Yeah, he been going crazy with
Yeah,
them.
that shit is hilarious.
Which Brandon?
Brandon Brody.
Yeah, that's my man's.
Yeah, that nigga. That's
Yeah, shout out to him.
Shout out to Brandon Brody. Yeah, Brandon, the comic.
He always
part.
he always
The last
he's always
host of
hilarious.
106 in Park.
Yeah, that too. Like
infamously known.
Yeah. I always give him his props of like he was always dope every show we've done together, every like time I've seen him. But when he came to Crows, he's like the only person I think I gave him. He did I want to say 41 minutes
Wow.
at Crows, and motherfuckers he could have did a whole hour. That shit, he was like going just normal, and it was like perfect. He just knew, and then stayed after the show ended. Was drinking with the homies. We was all chilling.
That's amazing.
Like
Brand.
he was just on some like normal like that. He was solid. He's
He's a
cool.
solid
Always
stand up. See what I'm saying?
Cool. Always cool. And
I
it's
hope
like,
you following me or us with the most gentlest of words. Touch.
You gotta say yes. I got it. That gotta be your new tag with the new gentle touch.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, touch.
So what's up, Tony? You got some topics for us?
Yeah, just little different things. We're just gonna get on. So the Jamie Foxx thing.
All right, what's going on with Jamie
So
Foxx?
Jamie Foxx was recently on live. I think were they at the game?
No, they was at practice.
They was. Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
That makes it. That just honestly that made it even worse. That makes it a lot weirder, and it shows you because that's where he's comfortable. Because that's the shit that goes. So he's there at practice. Jamie Foxx, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, and they're talking. Jamie's on live, and he's just looking at his comments, and then you hear Jerry Jones in the back talking, and he's like, and then everything else, and then they got big 8-inch dicks, big old dicks, and like, and Jamie just kind of like. And just kind of looked at his phone and just got off live immediately. He didn't even say shit. He just shut the live down.
He's 5'11". He's 189 pounds. His stride is something, and he has an 8.5-inch dick.
But this is the same dude.
He was throwing out facts.
But this is the same dude.
Jerry Jones is about the facts.
But this is the same dude that was standing in front of the school that wouldn't let the little black kids in.
Yeah,
did you ever see that?
Do you think he had the measurement tools to know the size of their dicks? I'm not sure that he was privy to that.
I think it was girls coming.
Oh, so you
probably titty measurements.
Well, you can measure a clitoris.
Or waist. Damn.
You can put measurement to.
You got a thumb, a knuckle.
Right.
Yeah, because it's some big ass
nail to knuckle. I didn't see some nail to knuckles.
They got some.
I call it nail to knuckle.
That's just a nail to knuckle. If you got a nail to knuckle clitoris,
that's wild.
You got a for sure, baby.
That's
a baby bird,
like a little punching bag or some shit. Little speed bag.
That's a candy
like a turkey
corn.
neck.
We call that a candy corn. A turkey neck. That's a candy corn. Niggas hate candy corns.
I've seen some shit bigger than the candy corn.
You ever seen the jumbo candy corns? That they used to sell at like Woolworth and shit.
That nigga said Woolworth.
Only old people would buy that type of candy. That's why
only old people know about Woolworth.
That's why I had old aunties and uncles that would go shopping.
Nigga, I used to get VHS tapes of cartoons from Woolworth back in the day. That's all I know about.
I used to get my goldfish and parakeets.
What about what's the other
Woolworth.
one? McCoy's. Y'all know about McCoy's?
I don't think.
All right, well, relax. Okay.
I know about like Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly, yeah.
Piggly Wiggly.
But Woolworths used to have them big old things of candy things.
Yeah.
Stacked up. You just go in there and start eating candy.
Yeah, I remember them VHS tapes that be at the end cap right before you get to the register. And I was always leaving one of them.
And our Woolworth was like in the shopping center. It was like the one that was on the west side on Venice and off of La Cienega and like Sawyer. So it was like Montgomery Ward's, Toys R Us, Circuit City,
yeah,
Circuit City, Woolworth, Thrifties, and like Save-Ons, and then they had like two or three like little like boutique type shops like with like cool clothes that you could actually wear that looked cool to wear to school. And for like when you was in 5th grade, like I remember when the slappers came out.
What was cool to wear to school?
LA
I'm
Gears,
curious.
LA Gears, LA Gate jeans, Guess. The Looney Tunes shirts that just dropped with the crisscross because crisscross had been out for about a year.
The Bugs and Taz.
Bugs, Taz.
What about the Rude Dog shirt?
I had a Rude Dog shirt till I was like 14.
You remember them, the little tank tops?
I had that motherfucker till the rubber rubbed off of the chain because I had the real one, the real official shirt. The chain on the dog, it was like leather almost. Like a lot of people, the ones that swap meet like copied was just a print.
You had the real one from the
real
boutique
Rude
store.
Dog shirt was like
you proud of that, huh?
Yeah, nigga, I was hey, some of them family members drug money bought them, did a lot of work, did a lot of good things.
Well, niggas love to show off like how we like when you had something good in life.
Hey,
like I had the boom box.
I never had Jordans.
The D batteries.
Until like 2019. I never wanted Jordans.
I never had a pair of Jordans till last year.
I had everything my mom thought was cool.
I had a sheepskin.
Like, this is nice. Yeah, I always wanted one.
I had door knocker earrings. I had a nameplate.
I always wanted one of those. And I wanted two. I
had a boom box.
You had a bamboo earring. I still wanted
at least two pair.
But I did have bamboo, but it's like the shells.
Cool now.
Really like they was like these shell earrings. That was really the shit. Yeah. Had a little bracelet, little chain, little cross. You know,
he was fly. It was cool to be fly back then. Before
then when
video
games come out, you had video. Yo, we had Nintendo. I got a Nintendo.
Yeah. The Nintendo, the Sega,
Atari, Sega,
Game Gear,
Game
Boy, but LA Gears and Guess and Malcolm X hats.
I really believe
cross
that,
colors,
Generation X was the generation that really had the best childhood.
But are we saying that because that was us?
Which generation is that?
I'm saying everywhere from, I don't know, I'm going to say between 80 and 95.
And that's
where I am.
You were born between 80 and 95?
I'm 81. But I'm technically the oldest millennial. Like I look like a millennial.
You're not a millennial.
Millennial's the oldest.
You a Gen X.
It says late 81 and it has the year I was born October 81. And there is it's just certain shit I do see that I do relate to as a millennial, but it's not like
I don't know. A lot of that to me, millennials is the niggas that was born after 2000.
Who came before millennials?
No, they were millennials because they were becoming adults by and I turned 18 in 2000.
What's the generation before the millennials?
I was becoming an adult.
Boomers?
No, baby boomers.
X.
Yeah, Generation X.
He's lying like
it's
shit.
Like boomers.
Said baby boomers.
But that whole MTV generation, everything, that's considered Generation X.
Yeah,
that's the generation I'm from.
It was just, but it was still the generation wasn't changing. It was.
If I'm lying, mama, mind your business.
It was room for a generation to fit in, but everything was going so well. Even the younger
every
people
5 years, that shit was evolving.
But it still was in the terms of Generation X. That's why it never was another generation from when Generation X started. They'll tell millennials.
Oh,
and then from
so
after millennials,
from baby boomers
X or Generation Z,
Generation
or Gen
X.
Z.
Yeah,
because Gen Z now.
Because the Gen X, was the child.
You're the expert.
Gen X was the children of the baby boomers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a Gen X for sure.
And the baby boomers was what, the 50s and the 60s?
Yeah.
And then their kids grew up to be Gen X.
And then but then the millennials
all the technologies. But why they skip over all the? Because baby boomer, I would think that would be Generation
But you see what I'm saying?
B.
How many decades?
Why they never went to Gen C, Gen
But you see,
D?
that's what I'm saying. Baby boomers include at least 3 decades.
It include everybody from
the baby boomers happened
16,
during World War II.
Exactly.
So World War II, everybody that came back from the war
and they were running,
they started
buying houses,
and they were running. They did everything
babies.
for the baby boomers. The economy and society
did
was
it for
geared,
society.
and they were building the
boomers.
American dream.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was like you
Those
get a
baby
house, you get a good job, and we'll get you get at least a car and all kind of shit, and then
Can you believe that like during that era you could buy a house for like $17,000?
Exactly. You have a mansion for like
probably even cheaper than that.
Even cheaper than that.
$32,000 and you ball it.
$12,000 you bought a house.
Oh, you're getting a lot.
Like a family house where like
all those houses
two
in like
kids and
all those houses in like
Mulholland
and LA and Century City, all those the Chevy Hills, Baldwin Hills, all that shit those houses were at that point even still probably like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 houses back then.
But at that time, think about what somebody's regular wage would be at their job, and think about how the economy and the social structure was so divided to where people of certain communities couldn't even afford that at that time.
But you know what they did have? Job security. So you would get shit like you can get. That's what credit was.
You think black people had job security?
A lot of them did in factories.
I don't think a lot of them
did, and a lot of them out
Some
of state
them did.
Some of them, a lot of them, and a lot of them still had those jobs. There's old motherfuckers still working.
They probably like a city like Detroit. They may
exactly. And I'm speaking on it from a person whose family is from Detroit, and
they built off the automotive business.
Both sides of my family are from plant
ain't have
cities.
an automotive.
So I know
business.
my grandma, nigga, who passed away like 4 years ago, worked at a plant until maybe 2000. I want to say 4. And she was like,
I never had that experience of seeing a grandparent at work.
Yeah, but she was like, to her,
they was all retired.
My grandmother raised me. My grandmother.
They were all old already by the time I came around.
I was the first of the young grandmothers.
When I went out there and
going to the club and your grandmother in there.
My grandma's nigga looked like the Fresh Prince
at the bar with
like Uncle Phil's
chicken wing in her purse. Like, what are you doing here?
I understand what you're saying. Of like, my grandma wasn't I got to get in here to. It was like, oh, I'm going to work. Like
my grandmother.
My grandma worried about getting tore a doctor's appointment. You know what I'm saying?
My grandmother would sell you a dime bag.
Hey, my grandma smoking.
I promise.
My grandma smoking, watching
anything.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
What you want?
My grandma smoking, watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off, going to the Trump boats to gamble.
What kind of cigarettes your grandmother smoked?
I think it would be Pall Malls.
You gotta remember. You would know Pall Malls.
Because I never had to go get them.
Pall Malls is brown.
I never had to go get them for her. That's why she always
was it the skinny ones.
She always smoked them, either Virginia Slims or Pall Malls.
the skinny ones.
And then or Salem's.
Yep.
It was like I think it was Salem's. Because I think I did get her a pack when I was out there last time.
I used to have to go pick up a pack of Cools.
Sure, it was job security of I got this big ass house. I got cars. I can take care of the kids. My grown ass kids you can still look out for. And you don't even have. And she had it made. There's people that wanted that, and that's what that boomer. She's part of that generation. And that's what their dream was. And that's kind of admirable when I even thinking about it and talking about it right now, that the government or whoever could give somebody or us that at a point, they actually kept a promise to that fucking generation. And I'm speaking on that of seeing that with my grandma.
But they also gave them crack.
But I think that was a generation after those people.
Well, then they also gave them heroin.
Because those people were looking at those people. Those boomers were the ones whose houses were getting broken into. Those were the victims of crack. Those boomers.
Well, let's go before crack.
A lot of them did get turned out.
Before crack, there was heroin.
It was snuff. It was snuff.
And not only that, they really singled out black men, especially those that served the country, and like snuffed out the family structure beginning for coming back from war.
Yeah, that's fact.
You gotta think about that shit. So, I mean, it's like the whole talented thing. You want to talk about the boule? I think we talked about that before.
Yeah, get back on it.
But if you want to talk about the talented 10th and the boule, those are the people who benefited from as well on the level where you have eyes on it, you can see, and then that's why you have a falsified dream of what you can do in America. But it's only a selected few benefit from shit.
Real talk.
And that's why I said it's a whole, you have people like Puffy just waste time when, like, I think about Keenan, right? Wayans, who put his whole family on, but you got a bunch of niggas out in the industry just being buttholes.
You funny.
But
look, this is my point. How can we call this nigga a great mogul? You're such a great businessman.
Because we put a value on money.
You said it on everything. And how Cam brought it up on the last show. And it's that too, but how Cam brought up on the last show, like, well, you gave all these artists one, they got good albums, but they all got one album and got fucked. And then that's my point. How can we keep calling this nigga a business mogul or a businessman when literally these are failed artists that you promoted so everybody you failed wasn't good enough to have more than one or two albums. They're not
failed artists.
But in his eye, that's always been his excuse out of his own mouth.
They're not failed artists because he still capitalized off of their failure.
And we know every single one of his artists.
Exactly. And he promoted and pushed them, but then when he had to pay them, or they were like, why I didn't get they don't understand. They didn't understand the business, and then they didn't have then why? Okay, so that means your eye for picking talent isn't working. If you keep picking people that keep fucking up the money or just getting into bad situations, and
his eye for picking talent is probably pretty good.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm being technically how his reasoning for it never working.
But he's never been able to manage,
instead of being accountable, taking accountability of I steal from people, I take niggas shit. I do what I want. I'm rude as fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'll boss up on you. I'll embarrass you. I'll drug you. And then I'll do that. I'll run up in you.
I'll put my dick in your mouth. I'll put my dick in your ear. Take that. Can you hear that?
I'll do all this shit to you. And then on top of that, I'm gonna make it like you're and I'm gonna blackball you and make it like you're the hard one to work with.
Right.
I can't. You don't work with him.
He's done that over and over. He's laid the blueprint for that.
It's so
he's gotten away with it.
These people are so horrible, and they were so you picked all these people, and every time it worked. Dre, on the other hand, like Dr. Dre. Mm-hmm. He's picked people and it didn't work out, but they just leave and they either have a successful career somewhere else or they just stop.
Right, they don't have all this drama. His name, they don't end up in cults. Nigga owe me money.
They don't end up in cults. They don't end up with crazy STDs telling stories. They don't end up with fucking crying, breaking down, and they don't end up in jail sentences for years. They don't end up like
dying
or finding a new religion,
right?
And that was totally opposite.
It's trauma.
They like run in the opposite direction.
Can you believe it's like what's the show that was on TV with the family Empire?
Guy? Oh, I never watched it.
Can you believe this is like it's like Empire?
Damn near, yeah.
That's probably what it was based on.
Yeah.
Had a writer that
he just ain't never had
really
had no wife.
And then like closest thing would be Kim Porter.
Kim Porter,
and then why you put supposedly that's what they're saying. It's clear that he killed her, and then because even the coroner died. The coroner that examined her that said it was foul play, he died. And then because they were trying to say it was pneumonia, but then that's what somebody else said that it could have been that she had something like a STD that might have
just snuck up and killed her.
And the pneumonia, that's what they're saying. Pneumonia is what she died from, like some type of pneumonia, which is usually linked to like AIDS. And so it's like it's so many. Either way, all the spider web, he's dead center.
Yeah.
No matter which web you take, he's like it's all coming from this nigga, right out of his little web hole. So.
Web hole.
Right out of his
little webby hole.
That shit remind me of The Boys.
Yeah.
The nigga that was supposed to be like the little Spider-Man or whatever.
He was like a druggie.
His web was coming out of his butt.
Like right above his butt. It was like, and he was like, put it in there. That's my ass. That shit was so horrible. But that shit, the show is dope. That's a great show. Shout out to The Boys. That's a dope ass show.
I never watched that.
That's an amazing
Amazon
show.
Prime. Yeah.
Do yourself a favor and just.
Yeah,
you'll be like, what the fuck? And it's
like the Justice League on crack.
No, it's like the Justice League. It's a Superman, a Batman, a Wonder Woman, but everybody's a real person that has real either mental issues, sexual issues. It's like they kind of like you looking at it like you watching a superhero show,
but it's an
and
adult
if you're smart
version.
if you're smart enough to catch on, these are regular people in society that have superpowers. So if that was Superman and he was a fucking egomaniac, narcissist, rapist, like
he'd still be Superman.
And he wants you to look at him always as Superman. So he'll do anything.
But he still do this little dirty shit behind the scenes.
He's like one of the. He's like damn near.
He's the worst.
Nazi nigga, damn near. But he's this blonde, blue-eyed, cape blowing in the wind. His cape is the American flag.
Wow.
So it is like, but he's. And it's at a point he's like he's the worst person on the show, but he's the leader. He's the Superman.
He's the strongest one.
And the whole reason for the show is them trying to get the regular humans trying to take him down because they know who he is. So, but the world doesn't know because there's a company, and just so if you're a superhero, you sign to a company that's like a what do you call it? Like
Acme?
A talent agent, a Vought. It's called Vought.
Oh, okay.
So they like it's a scene where the lady sitting there talking to this like mayor of like it's a mayor of like Detroit or something, and she's like they go up on the screen and they're looking at people to actually send to the city. They'll sign you, and she's like Nubian Prince. It's a nigga like a fake Black Panther. And he's like this black dude, like smiling. And he was like, I thought Nubian Prince was in Baltimore. And she's like, yeah, he finished his tour. We're like, he's looking to re-sign somewhere else, so we'll give him to you for like $25 million for 3 years. And it's like, so it's like an industry. It's a real show of like, it ain't just.
I gotta watch it.
It's you gonna be like, once watch it, you gonna.
It's like if
bro.
Disney really had, and they was like licensing out superheroes to people. For
exactly, Disney would be bought.
Yeah,
Disney would be definitely
one of the most powerful media companies in the world,
covering up murders, crimes, all kind of shit, just to keep the image of the Seven and any other superhero.
Sounds like something. Sounds familiar.
It's a good show.
Exactly.
Yeah, check it out.
Sounds familiar.
And I feel they're more. You can tell whoever created the show, maybe because it's like on Amazon, they're more liberal minded.
Yeah.
So it addresses Trump type shit. They have characters, and it was crazy because some shit that happened on the show was right before Trump they had the assassination attempt, like a week before, and they had to put a disclaimer up on the next episode because the episode came out and then some shit happened, and then the assassination happened like 4 or 5 days later. And so they were kind of like, hey, like we didn't. So it's the show kind of really tackles what's going on with society, but still makes it a good show. It ain't like overly dramatic. It's just a good ass show. That's definitely some shit worth watching. You give it 5 stars. Like what they got, that was the end of the 4th season, wasn't it?
I'm on. I just started watching. I'm on season 2 right now.
Okay, yeah.
I was late.
You got to get
a good show. Yeah,
you gonna be like shit, nigga. Hey, that shit is gas. Like, but so What else? Yeah, we got. Shit. Damn. I looked over. I was like, nigga, time flies when you're having fun and you're high.
Real talk.
But that's so. What did you? We were talking earlier about I was saying if Cat Williams like set the tone for the year with that what he did, and it brought back like the rise of I want to say just realism or people, because all the fake shit, the I got money, all the King Flex shit kind of went out the window. After it's like, well, if you're doing all this other bullshit, it don't matter what you accomplished and how much you got. You doing this weird shit and bullshit to people, and you treat people a certain way, so nobody's respecting that. And I feel Cat like set the tone, and you were saying like I don't see how, what we were saying, like you couldn't see how people can kind of say he didn't or
right.
It's like
he definitely set the tone.
Yeah,
he definitely came out and he was raw with it. You know what I mean?
Very.
Like so
truthful.
Yeah, we still referring to a lot of his lines to this day.
Yeah, it's like an Easter egg.
Still going fast.
Like Easter,
it's forever giving.
It's a Fabergé egg.
Yeah,
like,
giving interview. Hell yeah! And then every time something happened, it's like
you just reference
be
the
like,
interview.
"Yo,
like damn, he said that."
Facts.
Premonitions.
Even Keith Sweat, not Keith Sweat. Albie
Sweat.
Shore. Even Albie Shore came out and
like, what Keith Sweat do? Besides drinking Hennessy and going out and doing a concert.
Speaking of concerts, you seen Drake and his friend talking about they gonna watch everybody that performed at the Pop Out.
I'm not into Drake.
Yeah, he got his little.
Out of here,
he got
it.
some crazy little weird dude with him now. That's like anybody that was on stage at the Pop Out.
What you
and
mean?
that was in the
got
video.
Him with
he
him.
got the dude was in jail for shooting like a kid, teenager or something. Some weird random
and that's his
shit.
friend.
And exactly, and the dude's been his friend.
See, they not like us.
And that's what everybody's saying.
He always doing some dumb
shit. He's
shit.
known for like an idiot in Canada that does gang shit. And if you look at him, he looks like a dweeb, a straight up dweeb. And this dude is like, and he's just on this. He's just got on this weird shit,
Dweebs
and
like.
he's trying to like threaten a bunch of TD niggas. So it sparked a whole. That was my last topic before we get
When
out
did
of here.
this occur?
All like last week, the last literally probably 7 days.
Really?
So you know Aiden Ross. So the dude gets out of jail. He gets out of jail. His name is Top 5. He's a goofball. Gets out of jail. I watched documentaries on this dude like 2 years ago. He just does like ignorant shit with guns in Canada. So he gets out of jail. They'll go straight on live with goofball academics and goofball Aiden Ross. And they're sitting there and Kendrick better watch out. They're not making it to Christmas. There it is, and they just start threatening people. If YG better watch out because I'm still pissed about Draco, and start talking just random.
I'm not in support of it.
It just he got like really weird. So the video went viral, and so people kind of start saying like niggas need to watch who they talking to because you was like threatening a lot of people, and there was a lot of people on that stage that ain't rappers. That's really
what the function.
That's really what. Yeah. So and you trying to and if we think and he was out here when he got caught. He was on the run from Canada. He got caught in California, in LA.
Yeah.
So they're like, he be out here. So Drake most likely done had him out here or something. But
so him threatening us,
Kendrick,
if we go to Canada, what he think gonna happen to Drake when he come out here?
Exactly.
Didn't he get robbed out here during the war?
And that's what everybody's saying. Like, bro, you done already got caught up. Yeah. Shit didn't happen to you.
I'm not into Drake.
No,
I mean, I like some of his music, but it's like his character. Let's just now we see what we allow Diddy to evolve into.
It's your character.
Let's stop it here with dude, because dude is he's out of pocket. And what you call them people who culture vulture.
Yeah, super culture.
He's a culture vulture.
So
always looking at an angle to
get a win.
Yeah.
Just to get
and monopolize.
He nigga don't even want to win, low key.
Make money off
I feel like he don't even want to win. He just want to get in to be cool with niggas.
Mm-hmm.
That's the weird. He want to be like next to you, smiling type shit. Like look here, I'm here, y'all. Which is more corny.
It's like no, you always trying to prove you this, you that.
How you be standing on a
like
basketball,
just in general,
like with like college players.
I'm cool with ballers.
It's
all
very,
the bitches.
like,
I can take your girl. Like
it's like
at some point. I don't know. I just think it's like
I want to be.
It's mad immature.
It's pick me.
100.
How women be saying that shit now?
Yeah, pick me. Yeah, pick me. Usually you deserve that for bitches.
Exactly. He's a super pick me ass motherfucker. And so, but all of that. So Aiden Ross jumped out of his shit. And it was just they start talking crazy. So Aiden Ross was like, "Yeah, I'll get security to smack anybody that." Because when Smack from Back on Fig and they were saying when they saw the clip, they was just like pretty much like, that ain't cool to be saying, like, niggas, you gonna like do something to niggas, so fuck you and whatever. Aiden jumped out, started disrespecting, calling niggas bitches, and I'll get my security to beat your ass and this and that. So AD responded and just was saying, like, nigga, it's LA, like, security get popped all the time. No
lie.
Like, that shit ain't nothing. So the next clip is Aiden in his car, and somebody sends him the clip. Fuck you, don't you ever threaten me, you fat bitch. Fuck you, and I'll get you out now. I'm gonna call my lawyer. He got really white.
Who did that?
Aiden Ross got really, like,
because the boy threatened him?
And the dude didn't even threaten him. He just said, Aiden was like using security, talking about, I'll get my security to beat you motherfuckers up. And dude was just watching the video, was like, hey, you need to be careful. Security get popped in LA like all the time. So he wasn't like saying, nigga, we gonna pop your security when we catch you or something. So Aiden just jumped out the window on some kind of
like some bitches.
And then once he relevant and all over Drake.
I keep this in my phone to remind me of this is who this guy is.
That looks like my Facebook. My whole Facebook.
This is who this guy is.
That's like my whole Facebook. I keep my whole Facebook is Cupcake Drake, Aubrey. Is just like,
you are not the man, B.
Yeah, like it was always like, you made some good songs.
You make some good songs. That's about it. And lately here, you could be doing better, buddy.
I like Drake when he's singing. I don't like Drake when he's
acting. You could be doing a better job, buddy.
Like,
straight from America's favorite dyke's mouth.
So what you got coming up? If you getting anything soon, what you been working on, Shooter? Before we get out of here,
I just finished up season 2 of Compton Baddies, filming that with them, doing a lot of promotion with them. Man, it was
all of the
there's a lot of titties
and G strings.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Tracks getting pulled.
I enjoyed it. It was a good time.
That's right.
Right now, just working back with y'all, getting back in the swing of things. So that's pretty much what I got going right now.
He definitely gonna be there for the 150th.
100%, yeah.
That's right. Y'all always see him at the shows. He be in there, he like chilling with his camera. Like,
he was there for the 100th. Definitely,
Wasn't he there for the 50th?
Yeah.
I think he was there for the 50th.
Yeah, he came for the 50th.
I think he was there for the 50th.
Y'all can think y'all came at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that was there like right when it was before it started, and it was there for a while. Yeah. So what else?
Oh, we had you working at the last one.
Yeah, I was.
That's what you got cracking.
Oh yeah, it's Sadiqua Scarlett here. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Sadiqua Scarlett. So I just I got a horror film coming out called Hell Hike.
Hey.
So look for that. And also just finished up my last class at the Groundlings, and so got promoted there. So yeah, we just in the background working on things.
Can I ask y'all a question real fast? How y'all remember all y'all jokes? Like when y'all go up there and tell them, do you got like a list of what y'all gonna say when y'all get up there?
But it's just burned in, honestly, for me.
I mean, sometimes
a set is a set, but you can add to it. But
sometimes I'll just jot down a couple of jokes so that I have reference for myself.
I do that in my phone. I'll just on my notes, I won't write the jokes. I'll just write like the ones
topics.
That already. So I'm like, okay, for this crowd, I'm doing this one, and this one.
Okay.
And then from there, when I'm on stage, if I can just see, I can just jump into this, and it's still killing. I'll just you can just audible whatever the fuck. So I mean, and I'm sure it's different for other.
I write. I literally like pen and paper write.
Oh, okay.
I write on my phone as well.
I haven't wrote on pen.
I do voice recordings of stuff that come to me. And it's just like a lot of times working it out, because a lot of times things are like not incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, you have a foundation, and then you just be building from it, and eventually you could just say it on stage. The first time it's not even complete on stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's never complete.
It's never complete, right?
It's like a puzzle that just keeps.
It's crazy.
Once when you think you got the last piece, and you on stage and you say something else that you never said, now you got to add that because you see the reaction. You got like, damn, I just said this, and it changed the whole. So now the puzzle just expanded, and it just keeps.
So something that maybe started off 30 seconds.
Yeah, definitely.
You can expand that to 3 minutes,
5
maybe
minutes,
even
exactly.
5 minutes. It depends on where you go with that story. So yeah,
I always wondered that because y'all be up there for like an hour and a half, and every
it's the experience.
Marlon Wayans just did one. He did an hour. So I'm like, man, how do y'all remember all this stuff?
And they work. Those people that do hours, they work on that. They work on.
Wow.
Didn't he say he just go? He don't write, right? Yeah. I think I heard him say he doesn't write. Yeah. But a lot of this stuff is the same stories over and over again.
Especially when it's real life experience.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why. And I've always said, I'll say it again. The funniest shit is the truth, and usually your truth. Whatever, because you know it. No one else can tell that joke. Because they don't know the details and the little shit that makes it even funnier. It might not even be funny to you, to everybody else, but you know every corner of that fucking joke. So even if niggas steal it, it's not being told the same way. Yeah. So it's just like certain shit is just, when I've seen the most unfunniest niggas that never be funny, and they funniest moments are when they telling the truth about themselves. I'll like actually laugh and they'll have a room laughing. Yeah.
That's why I don't understand people jokes. It's such a personal thing. Like, how do you make it yours? Yeah. That's so weird.
But hey, that's gonna be the question that keeps being asked, because Kat was asking it. Fucking, we didn't heard niggas talk about DL didn't talk about niggas stealing jokes for years, and Joe Rogan and called out Mencia for stealing.
He killed his career.
Yeah, so it's like, so it's gonna keep going. But hey, we here. It's innovative comedy. It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. Tap in October 12th. Make sure you keep up with us so you can get your tickets online. The show's coming up. Sadiqua Scarlett, Shantanette Morgan, Mario Caballero, Luis, Noriega, Sling Johnson, myself. It's like, hey, we going up. It's going up.
Yeah.
We got to crack it. So, and we gonna probably have some other people in there, but just
special
tap in.
Guests.
Yeah, we gonna tap in and see what's good.
Tap in with me, COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and innovative.comedy. And subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture.
Innovative comedy.
Innovative.